Hi, and welcome to Sycamore Client Manager tutorial on creating and managing tasks. Tasks are considered activities in the Sycamore system. There are two main types of activities, events and tasks. Events are your appointments and tasks are your to-dos. And today we'll be learning about tasks. When you first load Client Manager, you will see your home page. On the home page, you will see a list of your tasks. Below your tasks, you'll also see your calendar. To the right of the task section, you will see a drop-down list view. And these are preset list views. They cannot be changed in this area. There is another area where you can manage your tasks where you can change and control the list views. But this one generally, today would be a common view, and that will show you all of your to-dos that are due today, and also today and overdue. This list view will be remembered and will always bring you back to whatever list view you left it on. Any overdue tasks are going to show up in red, and tasks can be marked done from this page by clicking on the X. That will open up the task. The status is automatically set to completed, and you would just click Save, and that task is completed. There are also some other ways that you can mark your tasks completed, and we'll look at those in a minute. To create a task right from your home page, you can click New. Tasks can also be created in groups, and that is done through what are called action plans. To learn more about action plans, please see our tutorial on creating and managing action plans. From the new task screen, you will notice that the task will be assigned to you by default. You can create a task for anyone in your firm by deleting the name there and going into the lookup. From here, you can type in another user's name, locate that user, and click on their name. The box to the left of the user field is a drop-down where you can go in and select a partner user. A partner user would be a community user. So several of your co-workers will be assigned as partner users. So you'd have to select that first, then go into the lookup, and then you will see have access to the partner users. Below the Assign To field, we have a subject line, which is also required. Next to the subject line, we have a lookup, which is a little bit of a different type of lookup. This will give you some preset subjects, and these can be added by your system administrator. And basically, they're just there to eliminate the need to have to type common subject. Below that, we have the due date. And the due date controls basically that the task would be overdue. So if I put in a due date for, let's say, December 15th, it's going to appear on my task list depending on which view that I'm looking at. So if I'm looking at the next 7 days from today, it's not going to show up. If I'm looking at the next 30 days from today, then I will see that task. Or if I'm looking at all tasks, I will see that task. But if I'm looking at today tasks, I will not see it. Once the task passes 12:15, then it's considered overdue. And at that point, it'll turn red and it'll show up on all your overdue tasks. The comment is just there for you or for the person that you're assigning it to give them a little bit more information about the task. Over here to the right is where we can relate the task to your client. By default, it's going to be set to opportunity. That cannot be changed, unfortunately. So we're going to go to the drop-down and we're going to go up to Account. All of your clients are in your system as accounts. So we're going to click on Account. If it is a client that you've looked up before, you can start typing that name and it'll appear in a drop-down. If it is not, then you would go to the Lookup button and then you can type in that person's name. Click Go, and it will locate anyone with that last name. and you can select the appropriate client. Linking a task to a client will show that task in the client's related list, which I will show you in a moment. We also can set the status and priority. We can create repeating tasks, and we can set reminders. We're going to click Save to save this task. Account record. So I'm going to do a search up here to go to my Jefferson client. And once in the client account, I can hover over my open activities, and there is my send letter activity. Now, an activity task will appear in your activity history list once you mark it completed. From the activity list, I can mark the task completed by clicking on the CLS, which stands for closed. When I click on the CLS, it will open up the task with the status automatically set to completed. If we had just clicked on edit, then the status would still be set to not started or in progress. We can add any additional comments, click save, and we'll notice that the task has moved over to activity history. We can also create a task from the open activity related list by clicking on new task. When you create a task from within the client account, you'll notice that it will automatically be linked to that client. We also can view tasks from our calendar. I'm going to go over here to my sidebar and click on calendar. And if I go to my single view, one day, I will see my tasks over here on the right. And again, I can mark them done by clicking on the X. I can create a new task from here as well by clicking on New. From the calendar, you also have an activity list view, which is this icon over here on the left. And by clicking on that icon, it allows you to view your activities in a list view. And we have different views, and this is where you can control the views and set specific ones to meet your needs. But you can create your own by going into Create New View. Whether you see Create New View will depend on your permissions. To learn how to create a list view, please see our tutorial on creating list views. From here, you can manage your tasks a little bit differently because you can control how they're sorted. You can sort by due date, you can sort by status, priority, and it just gives you a little bit more control on managing your task. And that is how you create and manage tasks. Thank you.